Okay, I can't believe how much in my life I assume things. I mean, I do it all the time, every day, all day long. It seems like sometimes all day long, and it's like thinking these things that just aren't true. And so I was wondering, in the world, how much would it help if no one assumed? I mean, you always hear someone, well, I just assumed they were going to do this, or assumed it was going to be this way, you know, um, not really knowing what's going on in any particular subject. I wonder how much time it would save, um, and how many things would we accomplish, um, if there wasn't any assuming, without asking someone. I did a comment on one of the atheists videos or something, and even that I just assumed I knew what it was all about, and I thought that my whole life, and what it would take just to, instead of assuming something, do a little bit of research on it. Gosh, I do it all day long, and sometimes I just feel really stupid by not looking it up, because I like to research things, but you just assume, and you make this whole big um, belief system out of one subject, and it can be totally off the wall compared to what it's really about. Um, and I'm not talking just about um, the atheist um, comment I put, but just about anything. Um, I just need to remember, just from now on, instead of assuming, get the facts, and I've built a total fantasy world and just assuming things, and just it's it's been quite creative, actually. I probably have invented quite a few different beliefs just from wrongly believing what's going on. And I've never been into learning about politics. It's something I've never done, and um, I don't know if it just hasn't been an interest, or maybe it hasn't um, wasn't brought up to me when I was young. I got and I've done, you know, I did a lot of researching on religion, but I think with my borderline and my mental disorders, I tend to, um, like I said before, just assume, and I get to where I'm making up these worlds that I live in, um, because of that. I don't know if this is making any sense, but I've done that for years, and just because of my imagination, I just assume um, a lot of things in every aspect of life, and I get a little bit off course, um, and I'll get around some people, and I'll get talking about something, and I'll mention something about it, and they look at me like, what the hell? Where'd you get that from? And I've done that my whole life. But I think it really does help to do your research. I'm gonna start doing that. It's too bad I think with my borderline I go from one subject to the next, and I have really bad ADD, ADHD, and I wish I could keep my interest in one particular subject, so I can actually learn something about it instead of just little bits and pieces here and there, and it's really hard. But anyway, I thought that I'd run that by you, and if any of you have any examples of assuming, yeah, respond to this, and we'll see what funny situations we put ourselves in.